Welcome, everybody, to the Jive Sports podcast. I am Brandon. I'm here with my very dear friend, Zack, smoking a liquid death this early in the morning. We want to kick this off with telling everybody we love the outpouring of support. We love the banter. We love Texans fans showing up in droves. We really, really appreciate all of you. And we want to do a little something. We want to give back to everybody who puts up with us twice a week to hear us have completely correct takes on the NFL. What do you mean that's a lie? What?
We just want to drive our subscriber count up.
Are we doing the good cop, bad cop thing? Actually,
Sure.
you want to know what? Yeah, we're
Honest cop, dishonest cop.
we can only ever be upfront and honest with the public at large. We want to drive our subscriber count up, and the easiest way to do that is by bribery, right? Usually just by bribery. So we want to give away a jersey, and it's not like this is not going to be some sort of there's two extremes here, okay? It's not going to be some ragtag Goodwill, let's find whatever sort of a jersey we can find hanging up on the clearance rack, right? It's also not going to be some game worn signed by Terrell Owens when he played with a broken leg type beat either. It is going to be a
Who would
jersey.
want that?
A lot of people would. I have a sign.
No, I would. I'm kidding.
Right there's actually a signed Terrell Owens mini helmet. Very exciting. Zach, can you tell the people how this is going to work? How do they even get entered to win a jersey?
Well, I think the easiest way to do it is we set up a Jive Sports kind of business email, and what we would like to do is have you subscribe to the YouTube channel, screenshot it with your phone, and send that to the email. That way it's in there. It's easy to find, and we will take each one of those emails and screenshots, write names,
Put into an entry pool.
put it in some either names in a hat or some random fucking generator online, and then to add to it a little bit, if you want a bonus entry, share the YouTube channel, one of the videos on Facebook, screenshot that, add that to the email, and we will give you 2 instead of 1. 2 for 1, it's free. It's a couple clicks, a screenshot, subscribe, and email.
You
don't got to say anything. Email it to it, and we'll probably let it go for what, like, we'll say 2 weeks, or how about this? We will go for 1 month, or unless we get 50 emails, 50 entries, 100 entries. What do you think?
We'll figure until the Giants, until Jackson Dart starts. No. Yeah, let's go a month or until we get a 50. That seems fair. That gives people 50.
Whatever comes first, either a month or how about this? We'll set the bar a little higher. 100. If we get 100 email or 100 entries, which counts the 2, so it could be 60 people, but 40 of them did the 2 for 1.
Can we not try to do arithmetic live?
It is early, so we'll just go with that. We'll go for a month. There will be a winner. We're talking about a league verified Fanatics jersey of your choice, $120 to $150 usually. We're not going to get you the Tom Brady Super Bowl Super Bowl heist jersey, but your favorite player, whatever you want. Get it for your boyfriend or your dad or your son, or if you like,
or yourself,
Amon Ra or whatever the fuck, Travis Kelce if you're a Taylor Swift fan. It's a couple clicks can get you a jersey. That's nice.
So to recap that rambling by my dear friend Zack, we're doing a jersey giveaway, an official Fanatics jersey of your choice. All you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel, screenshot it. Here's a stopgap. Here's a barrier, right? And email it to jivesportstalk@gmail.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, screenshot it, send it to jivesportstalk.com. If you want another entry for a $150 Fanatics jersey, share it onto your Facebook page, share that as well. We'll give you a bonus entry. We're very excited to see what fringe players that people want. Please don't come in here and ask for a Jared Goff jersey. Let's be fun with it, people.
And this is legit, because how stupid would we look trying to do this and then not follow through with it? it would just be ridiculous.
And we tend to look stupid, especially when we're talking about the AFC South. So let's get right into it. We are going to go over our week one picks, completely accurate. If you want to be able to retire, please put $5 on my parlay. Just every single pick that I pick straight up, it is as good as gold, right? Um, we're just going to jump right into it because I
Well,
think
real quickly too, let's mention that one of the ideas that we're running with is we're gonna put Brandon's picks up against my picks and possibly do a who had a better record over the course of a month. So every 4 games or so, we're in 17 games now, so it's fucking odd. But every month we'll probably see who had the best record for that month, and the loser's gonna have to do something.
we need some
These picks matter.
we need some skin in the game. I fear that maybe Zach and I have been maybe we put on the illusion that we enjoy each other. Maybe we're too friendly. We need some skin in. You just clench so hard. We need some skin in the game. So every month, whoever has the worst record on these picks straight up, there's going to be a punishment. We don't know what the punishment is, but there needs to be a stick involved, and you need to get hit with it. If you have any sort of punishments that are not life threatening, comment. Let us know. We're
Or
pretty
go to
open.
the or go there's a Twitter that we have also, so we'll probably do a poll there. We have 51 subs on there and like 32 on YouTube. So let's get those numbers up and then look for that to see
Let
how
us
you
know.
want to kick our ass.
Let us know whatever you want Zach to do at the end of September, beginning of October. We're going to jump right into it with week one picks right now. Hope you have a pen and paper. This is also a good little segue into, there might have been, I'm not too super plugged into the NFL at large. I think there was a trade that happened yesterday, but maybe this will give us a good kicking off point. The very first game of the NFL season is the Dallas Cowboys versus my Philadelphia Eagles. Zach, let, Micah Parsons. Michael Parsons, according to Jerry Jones. Did you watch that press conference?
Which one?
The one when he's talking about the trade. He called Micah Parsons, Michael Parsons, no less than 6 times, which is not the best look.
No, it is. It is.
Why?
My favorite thing to do, like the most disrespectful thing I like to do to people that I don't like is purposely misname them or whatever. So there's been people where it's, my name's James, and I'm like, all right, well, whatever, Steve.
You think this was intentional by Jerry Jones and not just early onset dementia?
Well, I would think that if he didn't have a track record of like using words he doesn't understand and doing that a lot, so it probably is like an honest mistake. But I like to think that he's doing it on purpose because, like I said, I love I love fucking
I
with
don't.
people and calling them the wrong name if I don't like them.
I don't think he's quite that funny. And I was actually talking about this with a friend this morning. And can you name a Michael that's in the NFL right now?
Sure, Mike McDaniels,
The only one I can think of is Michael Gallup. But yeah, so Parsons.
Michael Pittman Jr.
Michael Pittman Jr. is actually a good one. That's good. So let's we don't have to. Everybody's talking about Micah Parsons right now. Zach, I know how I feel about it. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. You are a New York Giants fan. We're NFC people. I really, I think it's a silly move. I think Micah Parsons is a really, really good player. They did the whole that he literally said and he did the Family Guy meme where it's the mystery box, and it's like, well, yeah, like we have Micah Parsons, but a first round pick can be anything. It can even be Micah Parsons, right? He said that these two picks could be Pro Bowl players, which is hilarious. I think it's a bad move that they moved off of them. I'm really excited for the Green Bay Packers. I do not have my playoff picture yet. That's coming Sunday. I know, Zach, you're very upset about it, but
Yeah,
this
we
really
did AFC and NFC playoffs, and I'm the only one that apparently has the courage to do it.
I really, really like this move for the Packers as well. But I want to hear your take on it right before we get into the week one pick. So how do you feel about the
Yeah,
Micah Parsons trade?
well, let me read you a Facebook interaction that I had. Bleacher Report posted it, and guys, I hate the Cowboys, probably more than Brandon probably even does. I can't stand the Cowboys. I hate the state of Texas as a whole. Uh, and I've never liked anything that Jerry Jones has done. But I'm on Jerry's side on this.
That's
Um,
crazy.
I think 2 first-round picks are huge, and then not paying a linebacker and edge rusher $47 million per year is big because I can't think of what the return on investment looks like for that, for a position where uh it's one of the most violent and aggressive and all out full effort every play type of positions where your job is to hit and hurt. I can't see what that looks like, a $47 million edge rusher. So I think they dodged a bullet by letting the Packers pay that and also acquiring 2 picks. But I just posted on Bleacher Report, and people, you can disagree with me, that's fine. We all have fucking opinions. Um, I'm leaving my when I say these things, I'm leaving my fandom at the door. Okay, people seem to think that, especially these Texans fans and stuff, that if I say I don't think their team's going to make the playoffs, that it's a personal attack. I don't give a fuck. But I just said that I think they dodged a bullet. Micah Parsons. I also have this problem where I always assume that if you've been healthy for several years, that you're due for an injury. And Micah has been relatively reliable, and hasn't missed any significant time. But I said I think his best days are behind him, and I think Jerry made the right move. And let me just read one of the responses I got because it's pretty funny. Let me pull it up. This guy, I'm not going to say his name, obviously, but he says, another person that knows nothing about football. The guy is in his early 20s. And I said, he's 26, and 26 is closer to 30 than it is 20.
That's
And
indisputable.
he said, so what do you think of prime? His grammar's a little suspect. What do you think of what do you think of prime person's age is? He's still on a rookie contract. You might want to use Google. And I said, did you use Google when you said he was in his early 20s? The average person's prime might start later and last longer, but a pro football player's prime starts sooner and ends faster. And I just said, simmer down. I don't know what you're so upset about. And this is where it gets good. He said, not to be rude, but you have no fucking idea what the fuck you're talking about,
That's
and probably never even played the fucking sport before your entire life. So please don't say fucking mid 20s. I didn't say mid 20s. You're over you're over your past when you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. And yes, go Google when people uh I are actually in their prime in football. Not to be rude, but you honestly have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Even my wife knows more than you about a person in their prime in football. And I just said, not to be rude, but you're crying on Facebook because somebody said something about your team that you don't like. And he deleted his comment. But uh, it's just my opinion that I think the Packers overpaid. I would, I would never do it. And I hate saying that I'm on Team Jerry, but I think the Cowboys made a good decision, and probably the best decision Jerry has made in 25 years. I think.
wow. That's I I love that. I love you having a stance, and that's a bold take, right? You're they hated him for he spoke the truth. You are alone in an ocean of opinions right now, and I appreciate that. I also
Well, there was
love
actually a couple people that agreed and said, I agree 100%. Blah blah blah.
yeah, you always be able to find people thinking one way or another, right?
Is that
I
that vicious pit bull that almost bit my leg off?
That is my Chewini going crazy right now. Amazon's here. Whoops. Amazon plug. before we get into the picks, I love that interaction. It also, I two things I love about that: the fact that the man is like, what is a prime person's age, and he's comparing an NFL football players peak to somewhat like when people peak in life and they're like in middle management and they have like a house and a mortgage and like kids and a car and stuff. Like that's not relatable. But also, my favorite thing is when people say not to be rude or no offense, but go fuck
With all
yourself
due
and die.
respect, you're a
like you,
fucking idiot and you
like,
should die. And my
like people who think that they can just put the disclaimer, like, just so you know, I'm not being mean right now, but I wish you would die a fiery death. Like that, you can't do that. That does not abstain you from any sort of a judgment for the rest of your sentence. So
well, sure it does. If he didn't make that clarification, you know, I'm glad he made that clarification that he's not being rude, because if I didn't know any better, I would think he was.
so let's go into this. We have the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll lead. So here's what I'm going to do this week is because Zach tends to say that I walk the middle, right? I'm going to do my pick first and then he's going to be reactionary and then he's going to do his very incorrect pick. I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles against the Dallas Cowboys straight up. Zach, who are you taking?
Pretty easy. I was Eagles before the trade, and it's there's a significant talent fucking
Discrepancy.
disparity. Yeah.
The vibes in Dallas are absolutely horrendous. We're both locked in. We're both going Philadelphia Eagles. Put it on the spreadsheet. Then I'm actually seeing this. I didn't even know that there's a Friday night game. This should be fun. A little AFC West, right? We have the Kansas City Chiefs. Looks like at the LA Chargers, right?
Well, they're I think they're playing in Brazil. That's why it's on Friday.
You're 100%. Yep, you're
Sao
100% right.
Paulo.
Sao Paulo. Who are you taking here? So I'm going to go. I do. If you look at the money line, it's actually closer to a pick 'em than you would think. It's just too hard to bet against. It's too hard to bet against. Andy Reid and Mahomes. I am going Kansas City Chiefs here.
So I'll just say it now. I actually got in on this when the spread was 3.5, and I took the Chargers at 3.5, and that was before the Rashee Rice decision came down. There was speculation that he was gonna he would probably get to play a couple games and then miss a chunk in the middle and come back. But they're saying we're just gonna go the first 6 games and there's no appeal. They're just accepting it, which is I think the right choice. Um, Last year, this is a new year, I get it, but the Kansas City Chiefs last year had I don't know 8 or 9 games that were decided by uh 7 points or less. A lot of three
Zach,
point
Zach,
games.
I think it was 10. I think they got double digits. It was
Okay, yeah. So
insane.
so they were not blowing people out. Um, Jim Harbaugh is going to run the ball, control the clock. The Chargers defense is pretty solid. KC might be a little bit better defensively, but the Chargers have a solid defense. I think they're going to control the clock. And my issue was I like Chargers plus 3.5, but who's going to win is an issue. But I'm just going to say Chargers win outright.
You're going Chargers outright. Put it on.
Travis and Taylor getting married. They're distracted. Rashee's out.
Love that. So you're taking Chargers straight up. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs in Sao Paulo. Let's go. And now we're kicking off the very first 7 hours of commercial-free football starts now. We're going Sunday, September 7th, the day everybody's been waiting for. We made it. Strap in. The first one's going to be the New York Giants. The East Rutherford, New Jersey Giants at the Washington Commanders. And Washington Commanders are a decent favorite right here. The spread's 6. I'm going Washington Commanders straight up.
This is tough because once again, I try to put my fandom aside on this show. I think the Giants have a shot, but if we're picking winners, I'm just going to say Commanders. Just being honest,
That's
I'm
fair.
not a I've been off the Russell Wilson kind of bandwagon. He's a top tier quarterback for several years. So, um, as long as Jaden doesn't get injured, I think they should win this game.
I'm gonna say if and we'll eventually probably come up with like a segment because I don't have the grapes to go nuts on the table and say Giants are gonna win, and I don't know if it's too early to say trap game, but if there's a game, if there's a few games to watch here, and I have a few picks that I am taking the underdog, right? Do not be surprised if the Giants win this game. Like it's divisional. It is week one. They have one of the best lines, and I do believe that the view of the Commanders is skewed heavily due to recency bias. Jane Daniels, of course, sexy, fun player. The Washington Commanders, I think, are like the oldest team in the league. They're aging. They're not young. They're not fast. Jane Daniels is. I think there's some recency bias there. The Giants are younger. I do think they're faster as an overall. Don't be surprised if the Giants win this game, but I am going Commanders. So
And if you're into player props, throw $10 on our boy Mike Sarenstill to get a pick. Why not?
I love that. I love that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Let's go. Cincinnati Bengals against the Cleveland Browns. I don't. I like. It's Banana Watch. We don't talk about the Cleveland Browns on this show. It's Banana Watch again. I'm going Bengals. Zach.
This is actually more difficult than most people probably think, just looking at the team names, because everyone assumes the Browns are bad. They have a good defense, and the Bengals the last several years uh, start slow. But then on the other side, obviously, Joe Flacco starting. Uh, Judkins isn't. We don't know anything about Judkins, so it's going to be Jerome Ford and Samson. I'm going to go Bengals. Pretty, I don't know, but once again, same as the Giants
You trap
Commanders.
game watch?
Same as Giants Commanders. It would not surprise. Like, it's not so like overwhelmingly Bengals. I think that the Browns have a chance just because they play good defense, and the Bengals, for whatever reason, do not start playing until like week 6.
And it's a weird divisional game again, right? Like anything
Yeah.
can happen. I'm ready for it, right? I'm ready for it. We are going to the Arizona Cardinals against the New Orleans Spencer Rattlers. These are two teams I don't think about often. I don't care for these teams. Saints again, kind of on banana watch, but I'm going Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray floating balls 10 yards over Marvin Harrison Jr.'s head. Zach, who you taking?
I agree. I mean, there's not much to say about the Saints. I don't understand starting Spencer Rattler. You drafted Tyler Shuck or whatever. Uh, you might you're you're not going anywhere this year, so just put him in and let him get reps and see what the fuck happens. You know what I mean?
100%. I don't
Spencer Rattler's not the guy.
I don't understand the Spencer Rattler thing either. When people are like, how come they drafted Tyler Shuck? A lot of people said, well, the big thing about Tyler Shuck is, yes, he's older. However, he's the most ready to start, right? And so people are like, well, they drafted Tyler Shuck. I could completely see why they did that because they do want to throw him in week one and they do want to see if he's pro ready. And then they start Spencer Rattler. I don't understand it. Cardinals by a million.
Shout out Toby, who took Shuck like, I don't know, 3rd in our rookie draft.
That's
You remember that?
yes, yeah, I do. Good for him, and now he's riding a fine bench. We have a quarterback incest bowl right here. We have awkward, like kind of like you're hanging out with your ex or whatnot. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets. Did a little bit of swaps a days ago in the off season. We have Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Fields. I just cannot, despite my feelings. I think I like. I think I like the idea of Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers less and less every week. Like this popped up for me and I'm like, I think I hate them, but it's hard to bet against it's really, really hard to bet against Mike Tomlin in week one, right? Against a team that I think is a little bit in disarray. I think this
A
should
little
be
bit.
a little bit. I'm going Iron Curtain. I'm going Pittsburgh Steelers.
Iron Curtain.
That's a World War II reference.
They're the Steelers.
I know, but was there
Steel
defense
Curtain. Steel.
Iron
Steel.
Iron Curtain was a little bit more controversial back in like 1940. So who you take?
Well, how about the World War II Steagles? Eagles.
Yes,
Yeah. We
bring him
should do a
back.
whole show about that.
We have a whole off season. We're not going to talk about the World War II Steagles. We made it to football, bro. Who are you
So yeah,
taking?
I'm going Steelers. If you've listened to previous shows, I make my feelings about the Jets known without really any sort of hesitation or I don't know. It's the Jets. It's Justin Fields. They're not going to score. How do you win the game if you don't score? Riddle me that, brand man.
You- We're both locked in on the Steelers. We're going next to probably this is going to be tough for my friend
This is
Zach
going to
here,
be an
guys,
interesting
because
game.
this is going to be tough for my friend Zach here because he loves these two quarterbacks more than words can describe. Uh, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Zach's favorite player, Baker Mayfield, against the Atlanta Falcons. I'm looking at this and I'm just vibe checking, and I don't know. I'm going Falcons. I really like the idea of the Falcons. I'm going Falcons all. I'm going Falcons all day here.
I
I'm
want
going
you to,
Falcons.
hey, Mr. Editor, I want you to go to the first episode and your NFC South bowl or you're a was it a believer whatever it's his name's not Bo, so I was thinking believer, but you are a believer in Baker Mayfield, and you picked one of the few picks you actually made was Buccaneers, and now you're taking the Falcons.
I'm taking the Falcons week 1. I am
Okay, I'm
100%.
taking the Falcons at home as well because I think they're better than the Buccaneers, and they lost their OC, um, and I don't believe in Baker, so it's pretty easy for me.
I love it. So this one was curious. So we have the Miami Dolphins,
This is
and
weird.
this is really weird. So I was looking at this. So if you look at the Miami Dolphins and the Colts, the spread's only 1.5, and it's pretty much a pick 'em. Actually, the Colts are favored.
The
The
Colts are
Colts are
favored.
favored. The Indianapolis Colts are favored. Daniel Jones is favored over the Miami Dolphins and Tua and Devon Achane and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Very, very strange here. I'm going Dolphins. I think this is I like, and this is crazy. Like, if you're a betting man, which we all are because it's constantly shoved in our face, at plus 102, double your money up. Put the 401k on the Miami Dolphins, and I will reimburse you if it does not work out. Zach, who you taking?
Yeah, this is we kind of discussed this a little bit yesterday, kind of indirectly, where we were talking about a trade where I was like, you should try to get Danny Jones,
Mm-hmm.
or you were considering trading AR-15, and I was like, well, look, the Colts schedule starts with Dolphins, Broncos, Titans, whatever it was, and I was like, they could potentially start 1-4 or 2-3, and that could be uh,
Catalyst to
the
benching Daniel
catalyst
Jones. Yeah.
to put Anthony Richards back in. So this is going to be a big game for Danny Jones, but I'm taking the Dolphins just because I think their offense is too potent, and I think the Dolphins' defense has been their weak spot, but the Colts' offense is suspicious. So let's go
Very
Dolphins.
suspect. Very suspect. They have the one Indianapolis Colts. Is Michael Pittman still on the Colts?
Yeah.
That's Michael Watch. That's the one of two Michaels in the league. We have the Carolina Panthers against Zach's Jacksonville Jaguars. I am going Carolina in this game. I'm taking Carolina Panthers, the underdog, plus 136, 3 points right now in DraftKings, but I'm going Panthers to win straight up.
Jags.
You love the Jaguars. I can't
Yeah,
believe
I
it.
love the I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. I'm not really a big Jags fan, but I am the most
You've been
hated
painted as such.
I'm the most hated man in Houston. If you go check out the Fade Texans King Cam video, just because I said I like the Jags over the Texans to win the division, I'm a Texas hater. I don't know anything.
You are a Texas
Um,
hater. You said that you hate everything about. It's actually so funny because of all the takes. I thought you saying Jaguars are going to win the division. You did it very soft. You did it very soft, but somehow torches and pitchforks came out of Houston in droves. So
I couldn't be more gentle about it. I'm just like, look, I don't know what CJ Stroud is yet. I was telling people that, well, they got a top 3 defense and this and that. I'm like, look, if you just look at the last couple of years, I mean, last year, for example, they were 5-1 in the division. They were 5-6 outside of it. So they beat up bad teams because the AFC South, Titans, Jags, and Colts the last couple of years have been bad. So your numbers are a little inflated, okay? I think. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't hate the Texans. As a matter of fact, when they became an expansion team, one of my third favorite receiver all time probably is Andre Johnson. I used to love the Texans. Okay,
you hate them
I
now.
love Matt Schaub. Okay, you guys remember
What?
Matt Schaub?
I
I
do.
here's a hot take. This is the craziest thing you'll ever hear. Back in the day, when Matt Schaub was a Falcon behind Vic, I would start Matt Schaub Madden Online. How about
Wow.
that?
That's okay. He's a Texans believer, people, but he's taken the Jaguars this week against the Panthers, and I'm taking the Panthers. We have the Las Vegas Raiders against the New England Patriots. I was looking at this one. I'm looking at this one, and again, like just off vibes, I really I love Drake May. I love Drake May, but I just keep thinking about who he's throwing the ball to. I love Travion Henderson, but I just keep thinking about
Kyle
like
Williams.
I'm going. You just said Kyle Williams, and I'm like, I'm going Las Vegas Raiders. You go.
Man, this is another one of those tough games.
Very tough.
I can see it going either way. I'm going to say the New England Patriots win at home.
I'm taking Denver Broncos, and I'm not too worried about it. You.
Yeah, he's gonna
It's welcome to the league, buddy.
get his taste the first taste of the NFL the hard way. Yeah, I'm taking Broncos at home. I always say too as well that if I didn't love Mike Sarenstill, Patrick Surtain Jr. would be my favorite. I think he's the best cornerback in the league by a mile and
Whoa.
fun to watch. And their defense is solid. Bo Nix has been extremely impressive, very efficient, takes care of the ball. We're going to see RJ Harvey, J.K. Dobbins just fucking having their way with the
Two-headed
Titans.
monster. Yeah.
So I'm going
I love.
Broncos
Are you
easily
getting
at home.
Are you getting the goosebumps? We're almost to football, brother. Let's go into. Also, I feel like there's I'm just gonna throw this out there, and maybe I'm not like maybe I don't pay attention to it as much. I feel like there's a healthy amount of divisional games in week 1, right? We're coming up, and I guess maybe mathematically that has to happen, but we're coming up to the San Francisco 49ers against the Seattle Seahawks. This 49ers just a slight favorite, 2.5 spread, and 49ers minus 135 favorites on DraftKings right now. I hate the 49ers. I think I hate the 49ers maybe even more than the Dallas Cowboys. We have history there. I don't like the 49ers at all. However, I'm also not a Sam Darnold believer. I think 49ers are pretty I think the idea I think the public perspective on the 49ers is skewed right now because they had a very disappointing last season, but they were absolutely devastated with injuries. Say what you want about Christian McCaffrey and stem cells and his ankles that don't work. He is healthy. We have a healthy line. We have Purdy. We have healthy receivers. Ricky Pearsall was not shot this offseason as far as I know. I think 49ers
Not
take
yet.
this pretty easily. That's crazy. Now, you're on a watch list if it happens. I'm taking 49ers.
Taking Seahawks at home.
Are you?
And I'm tired of people like you disrespecting Dick Hammer's grandson. Dick Hammer's grandson. Dick Hammer's grandson. Dick Hammer. Sam Darnold. His grandfather is Dick Hammer.
There's no way that's
Seahawks
real.
at home. Yes, it is. he was like a track star at like USC or something. He's a big deal. And his name is Dick Hammer. Seahawks at home. 12th man. Kenneth Walker is going to stay healthy. He's going to run 120 yards and probably get 50 yards reception. And my boy JSN, because I'm a huge JSN fan,
I love Jason.
he's going to get probably 8 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown. Torrey Horton, how about that? Here's a player prop. Torrey Horton, touchdown.
My goodness, I did not know you were so passionate about the Seahawks. Wow, that was a good one.
Lofa
Detroit
to Tupu.
Gesundheit. Bless you.
How about this? We want the ball. We're going to score. Remember that?
I do remember that. Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if
the Detroit Lions after a Seahawks conversation. Matt Flynn, remember that? Matt Flynn torches the Lions and gets a fucking highest paid quarterback in the league, and then they draft Russell Wilson and forgot about him. Good ideas, Seahawks.
Oh my gosh.
I'm taking Packers at home over the Lions because I had the Lions out of the playoffs. This is before my Parsons or not, Packers.
I'm going Green Bay Packers beating the Detroit Lions in week 1. You're like a proud dad right now. You're like a proud dad right now. If I don't have playoff picks. I've not thought that far ahead. I'm very much in the moment kind of guy. Do not be surprised if the Packers go to the NFC Championship game. Do not be surprised if the Green Bay Packers win the Super Bowl. I'm taking Green Bay Packers week 1. We'll elaborate on that in the weeks to come, but Green Bay Packers were both locked in. Brandon and Zach, let's go lock. We have the Houston Texans against the Los Angeles Rams here. This is you remember Harry Potter and they went to the World Cup and somebody I think I don't know if Barty Crouch made the bet, but somebody said, "Hey, this team's going to win, but Victor Crumb's going to catch the snitch." Right? Like this is kind of
you win if you catch the snitch.
No, actually, no. It gives you 150 points and ends the game. But
wow.
But you don't win if you catch the snitch. Isn't that crazy? If you actually think about it, it's kind of a dumb game because, like, yeah, technically, unless you're too far off, but that parlay must have been crazy. That Quidditch parlay must have been like plus like 20,000, right? I don't know why we segued into this.
You
were nodding. You went along
fucking
for
nerd.
Actually, no, I'm changing it. I'm going to take the Los Angeles Rams here, and if we're going for player, I'm not picking the Los Angeles Rams. I'm picking the Los Angeles Jared versus players props. CJ Stroud's going to have a fumble. Jared versus is going to have 2+ sacks. I'm taking the Rams. Go, Zach.
So I was taking the LA Rams before
the Quidditch
before I became the most hated man in Houston. But now that the Texans fans have lost their fucking minds, I really hope the Rams just fucking put it on them. I wanted to see like a 38-14 game. Rams at home.
I love this.
And to cover the over because the over under is 43.5. Yeah, I can see that being like a 30-20 game.
That's good. I love the discourse that's come out of Houston with you. We have Sunday night.
Well, look, if we had made predictions before we started doing this little podcast thing, and you asked me, well, what fan base do you think you're going to have the most like visceral reaction to, or are going to react to you that way? The Texans would be so far off the radar because they're the Texans.
It's always the ones you least suspect. It's always. I thought they were nice.
But I think your video title helped kind of catapult that because fade Texans and they're, which is true, which is what happened. I faded the Texans.
We have. I can't wait for Texans watch, and the first week that you bet on them is going to be a national holiday in Houston.
Well, like I mentioned, they have a losing record outside their division, and last time I checked, the Rams aren't in their division, so they'll probably get spanked.
Let's go to Sunday Night Football. We have this is So this is a fun bit that we'll do. We didn't even talk about it. This is game of the year right here. Like this is game of the year. Baltimore Ravens versus Buffalo Bills. The two teams that I have from the AFC struggling in my brain hole for making it to the Super Bowl is this team right. Is this game right here? I am going to go. I'm gonna go Baltimore Ravens. I just think they can beat you in more ways. I'm going Baltimore Ravens, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah,
I don't
I
even want.
agree.
I don't even want to pick. I don't even want to bet on this game, but I'm
I
going
think
Baltimore Ravens.
I think they're better on both sides of the ball, and they're coached better. So Baltimore.
Oh, Buffalo fans, please don't kill us because we're not happy about this. And then we go to
Who? Why am I
what?
not happy about it? I don't care. The Ravens are my Super Bowl pick, so from that I care about that. But I think I don't care who. I'm a Giants fan. That's the only team I care about that I want to win.
And they're not going to. Sad.
Correct.
Monday Night Football, the very last Monday Night Football is going to go crazy, right? This is going to be a fun game. This is going to be a very fun game. We have the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. We have the new look offense of Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson up against an unknown product in JJ McCarthy. I'm going to ramble on for a second, even though I'm a huge University of Michigan fan. I'm very, very low on JJ. I was on him coming out of the draft. I'm low on him even entering this season. I'm in redrafts and player props and whatnot. I'm avoiding the Vikings offense until I see what that could look like. However, Kevin O'Connell is an incredible coach, and they do have a really, really good defense. As much as people talk about the Vikings defense, I still don't think they're talking about it enough. This is this is this is tough. The Bears have not proven it yet, and I'm gonna go Vikings here. Purely off the defense.
You're silly, but this is a phenomenal first Monday Night Football game of the year, and it's a vibe check or gut check.
Look at you using the phrases.
I want the Lions fans out there to pay close attention to this game because the Vikings defense is their strong point. And Caleb Williams is going to fuck them up. Caleb and Ben are going to fuck them up. And I just hope the Lions fans are watching that because they're going to learn this year the hard way that coaching matters. Dan Campbell is not a fucking head coach. And yeah, it's going to be a long year. It's going to be a fun year.
Holy cow. That was so like you're like you have like this I've never seen Star Wars, but I feel like you have Palpatine energy.
You've
you
never
have the hood
what?
on.
Say that again. Excuse me. Pardon? You what? You what, mate? Did you say you've never seen Star Wars? Unfucking believable.
I'm not a big movie guy.
but you know the fucking Quidditch rule book. Give me a break. Oh yeah, you know, you actually don't win if you catch the snitch. It's just it ends the game there. What's your Star Wars shit?
You have Palpatine energy. You have like the hood on and like the hat indoors with like the darkness, and you're like, watch Lions fans, it's gonna be a long year.
He's more machine now than man.
I don't get the reference.
Right.
I'm dying. This is our locked in week 1 picks, everyone. Put the house on my picks, not Zack's. He's going to be very wrong, but I like a man that's willing to fight for something, and he had some strong opinions here. We're going to give away a jersey to end this. Please subscribe.
No, we got to do our 5 favorite bets. This is going to be important because it decides who's getting humiliated. Your 5 bets, like a 5-game parlay, and you can use the spread.
So just lock in, right?
I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Your 5 favorite bets against the spread, or whatever you want to do.
Or just
I can just start because so I got in at 3.5 on the Chargers. I'm taking Chargers plus 3.5. I'm taking Falcons straight up. I'm taking Dolphins straight up. I'm taking Rams minus 2.5, and I'm taking Bears straight up. So Falcons, Dolphins, and Bears are underdogs for whatever reason. So, and the spread's only 1.5, and we don't see a lot of 1 point, 2 point games. So they can, field goal can win the game. So those three straight up. Chargers +3 because the line dropped after. You would think it would. Yeah, okay. So it went down a half point because Rashee Rice. Rams minus 2.5. So Chargers +3, Falcons straight up, or you can take the 1.5, which makes no sense. Dolphins, Rams, Bears.
That's your lock. That's the Zack parlay.
Correct.
That's the Zack parlay. We can make it look all like nice right there. I kind of love that. I'm just gonna do straight up. I'm gonna do straight up money lines, and I feel really good. And I do think week one there's some things that we can exploit here, right? I'm going to go Kansas City Chiefs straight up against the Chargers. I'm going to go the Atlanta Falcons as underdog straight up against the Buccaneers. I'm going to go the Dolphins for some reason underdog straight up against the Colts. I'm going to go Panthers straight up against the Jaguars as underdogs. And I'm going to go Green Bay Packers against the Lions as slight favorites at minus 142. Put the house on it. And then like just Venmo me like $20 because I just made you a lot of money right there. That's a lot.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I'm not Brandon. If you bet based on my picks and you lose everything, I don't want to hear about it. But if over the year you see that I'm correct, you know, a little kickback or something, you're welcome.
We're gonna end it with.
I will say though, week one's usually the most difficult, like week 1 and 2, because you have an idea, but you don't know for sure
it's vibes.
who's gonna be what. So
it's gut check.
We're gonna dial in as time goes on, but I feel pretty confident about week 1.
And how Zack and I differ is he needs to dial in. I'm dialed in. I'm locked in. This is it. We're here. This is where the rubber meets the road. We've been waiting for this since February when the Eagles hosted the Lombardi Trophy, and now we're in. Put up or shut up. We're going to end with, we have a little bit of homework. School is back in session. As we started the episode, like and subscribe and screenshot your efforts sharing this page on your social media platforms and email it to jivesportstalk@gmail.com to get entered to win a $150 Fanatics jersey of your choosing.
And Brandon's like the media guy, so he'll put that in the description, and we'll
make it nice.
I'll put it on Twitter. I'll put it on Facebook. jivesportstalk@gmail.com.
Yes, of course. And then also
real quick, this is kind of funny. I'm sorry to cut you off. I went to the bank. I went to the bank yesterday, and I was standing in line, and this little old lady walked up to me, and she was like, "Can you help me check my balance?" And I was like, "Sure." And I just gave her a little push.
Are we gonna end every episode on a dad joke? Because I love that.
Yeah, that's gonna be my little what was it, gimmick?
Your bid? See you next week, everybody.